Cafe Central, we have a distinct pleasure of being backstage. One of the funniest women, well, not even woman, one of the funniest people on the planet we're visiting here in New York Hotel in Las Vegas is Rita Rudner. Welcome to Cafe Central.
Thank you very much. Human being, I think I like human being.
Well, you are funny, but
Thank
when you started your career,
I wasn't funny.
600
Broadway
years
shows
ago. As a dancer.
Yeah.
As a dancer, up until 25, you were
Yeah.
dancing on Broadway.
How do you know that? Oh, I told you. Yes, I was. I was a dancer, and then I said my feet hurt. I better learn how to talk. So I switched careers. It's a whole different life. I feel like Shirley MacLaine, only I actually have pictures. You know, I'm not telling any lies. And I look at myself in these dancing outfits. I go, who was that? What was I thinking? I wonder, like, if in 20 years I'm going to look at myself as a comedian and say, what was she thinking? But yeah, I think every 20 years I do something different.
Now, you say you had witty parents. Did those seedlings help you a little bit?
It might have. My dad is kind of witty. He's also very difficult. I think I inherited that from him too.
My dad's a good guy. He's smart. Well, he's too smart. When you're too smart, it goes around in a little circle and gets stupid again.
I took her to the school. I looked in, and the kids were running around with pencils, with the points facing straight up. Sharpened. I said, forget this crap.
My dad my mother was kind of silly, and my dad was cynical. And I think that pretty much sums up who I am as a comedian. I'm cynically silly.
There's really only one way to describe my mother. There's a very old saying, I don't know if you've heard it. Neurotics build castles in the air and psychotics live in them. Yes? Well, my mother cleans them.
Not only are you on stage being funny, but you're a writer. You've written for Steve Martin the Academy Awards. You've written 3 books.
Yes.
And in fact, one of them is on relationships.
Well, it's a guide to men. It's Rita Rudner's Guide to Men. And it's just a few tips that I thought women might need about men because I looked around and I just decided they needed them.
Well, since this is a woman's show, why don't you share a few tips to our
here's
audience?
some that I remember because I've been married for a long time. So a lot of them are helping single women because I think I was recently married when I wrote it. So the horror was still fresh in my mind. Men who have pierced ears are better prepared for marriage. Ask me why.
Why?
Because they've experienced pain and bought jewelry. That's why. You can tell a lot about a guy by the way they play a game, because I was dating this guy and we were playing tennis, and I noticed he couldn't say 30 love. He kept saying 30, I really like you, but I still have to see other people. So these are just things that you pick up when you're single, and then I think it graduates into married material as you get to the end of the tips.
And the most important thing is you have to let your husband be himself. And you have to pretend he's someone else. I love being married. I really do. It's so great to find that one special person that you want to annoy for the rest of your life.
Well, now you have a very successful marriage. You guys write together.
Yes. I figure it's better he write with me than with a young blonde woman.
Now, you talked a little bit earlier about dresses. Now, you put prom dresses back in vogue.
I did. I've got a lot of dresses because I'm the only woman in America who wears a gown every single night of their lives. So lots of gowns go on sale, and I buy all of them that are my size. Any spare gowns that are left over at the end of the year, they go right over here.
I went into this one dress shop. It was very exclusive. I didn't know how exclusive it was. I walked in, and I didn't know you had to call ahead before you went there. I went in, the salesman looked at me and said, do you have an appointment? I said, no. Do the dresses have something else to do today?
Now, you do a lot to help people laugh, even through tough times. Laughter is a wonderful medicine. What advice
but don't ignore penicillin.
What advice do you give people that are
Wait, my nose itches. Anything for an itchy nose? Okay, that's better.
Wonderful.
That's good.
What advice do you give to people following their journey? I know you changed your careers to dancing to comedy.
You know, I just think this is going to be terrible. People are going to hate me, but don't follow your dream.
Oh.
Follow what's possible. This is my
Really?
yeah. If you got a dream, go to sleep. Pay attention. to what's happening while you're awake. Because I know people and they have this dream and they go, I want to do this, and it's not going to happen. So I just think you have to re-examine your dream and see if it might not be your nightmare. And is that bad? Is this terrible? But I just think logic, and if you're 60, don't try to become a ballerina. It's my dream. Well, it's not going to happen. So just that's what I did. I looked around when I was
comedy your dream then?
No. I wanted to be a dancer, and I was a dancer on Broadway, but I looked around and I saw the reality that a dancer's career is over when they're 25, and even a great dancer's career is over when they're 30, 35, and then they're limping. And I said, George Burns is still working. I don't see Gene Kelly anywhere.
No.
So, and now they're both dead, so let's not go into that. But Gene Kelly had a different career than George Burns. George Burns was still playing Vegas when he was, 700 years old? So I went into a career where it was possible to achieve something that would have longevity. And I also noticed that there weren't a lot of female comedians, so I thought it might not be that competitive. And I saw a runway. And so I think look around and see where your talents lie, and go towards something that's logical rather than some pie-in-the-sky thing. There, I've ruined everyone's life. That's the end. Bye-bye.
You're great. Follow your dreams. She has, and she makes us laugh. Thank you so much for watching. Are you tired of negative news? We are.
And that's why we're creating a movement.
By keeping it real.
With what you need to know.
It's more than what's happening.
It's bringing hope back to our lives.
So go to conntv.com and join our movement.